you might be here. Not all the way here, but somewhere here. I made a mistake, by the way. I did not, yeah, I do. So what happened was that my excess, when I cut it on the side seam, right? This is the French dart, was not facing down. No bueno. That's why I was like, wait, it looks weird. So I taped some muslin. Same thing. So remember, when you are doing darts and whatever, it needs to face where it should be facing before you cut it, or it gets a little weird on you. Because now my side seam line changed. You notice that? So don't be like Chris. Just put it out, okay? All right, perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure, like after you drew it, we're just gonna pin it first on the dress form. Just because it shows us where's everything. So what we're gonna do today, we're just gonna do a 1 dart bodice. And it's basically the same thing as last week's dart and bodice, right? The only difference is that you're gonna get rid of excess. The excess is the one. Okay. I didn't know whose pin is that, and that's that. Okay. So I don't know what happened, but I can find. I'm gonna use this piece. I think should be enough for my back. So we're gonna do 1 inch from the edge again. And I'm just gonna do the whole back right now because I do know that then the rest of the class you have time, and then after this around 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock, depending where everyone's at, I will drape a bias cowl for everyone to see. It's not homework, it's just for everyone to see. Don't worry, don't get scared at me. I saw some faces, I'm like, no, I'm not expecting you to drape like 5 different things today. I should, but eh. All right, so this is what happens. We're gonna go down from a neck seam, not a tape, 5 inches. I'm gonna put a pin right here. Why 5 inches? That's your cross shoulder, that's your cross back. Your cross back is the flattest point in your back, okay? Now, just like what we draw in the front and we draw the line to help us, correct? We're gonna draw a line again. So what we're gonna do is just gonna be, I think 8 should be, actually, let's do 9 for most people. I think 9 should be fine. Yeah, 9. Let's do 9 inches. And we're gonna go down 9 inches and we're gonna drape. It depends on your sizing. You can go 8. If any of you have like less than a size 8 and below, you should be fine. Okay? So it's straight. Now, this is gonna go really quick. Same thing, we're gonna have this 5 point, we're gonna match it. And the best part about this is the back. We're gonna rotate the excess again. And once again, we're just gonna pin the center front lightly. So it does, center back, so it doesn't move around. Okay. Now, this line needs to be straight. I need to make sure this is line straight. So once again, this is straight, I think. If you're not sure, always look back. This is slightly skewed. Just make sure, whatever you do, because this is the line that's gonna show us where everything's at. Same thing. Same situation with the neckline. We're gonna make a little half moon. And we're gonna do what we just did to show you. It's just like slash and pull, slash and pull. And believe it or not, like it's already, hold on a second. It's already like slash and pull, slash and pull. and we're gonna match it to the front. It's already there, done. We have excess here. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take this and we're gonna try to transfer it to the other side. We're gonna get rid of it just by pulling, but still straight. You just notice the magic that I did? I just moved a little bit of the excess down, and then I took it and I'm spreading it out. We're removing it. You know why we can do that? It's because that excess here is so slight. It's like half an inch. It's not that bad. Now, we need to rotate the excess though. It's gonna go here. You can see there's more fabric here already. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave this start by itself. That's basically done. Make sure your center back is always where it needs to be. Do not, I know everyone likes to pull. Do not pull so much, just slightly. So now, with everything that's there, I'm gonna try to do my best with this. Same thing here. I'm not fighting the fabric so much. You can see it's already flat. But I also see there's a lot. You see how much it's pulling? We're gonna slash it. We want this to be as smooth as possible. By creating the smoothness, we can actually pull it more. And we're gonna look for the princess seam, because that actually helps us figure out where to wanna pull the excess. Now, when you do your own designs, you can decide to revise the princess seam, but it needs to be with tape. And we're gonna do that next week, I think, a little bit. Make it a little challenging for you guys. So you can see it already. It's basically done. You notice all the excess, I pulled a little bit, I slashed here, and then I even took out even more excess out. This one should go much faster than the front because it's a lot less. We're gonna just mark it. And remember, we're trying to do the same markings that we did in the front. So this way, everything matches. Okay, guys? Remember, if it's top of the tape or bottom of the tape, you guys just need to be consistent. Okay. Same thing here. There is no dart there. I'm gonna true it, and then we should be done with this bodice for today. And I'll show you how to drape in bias. I think around 5 I'll show you, so this way everyone has enough time to do everything. Because I know some of you might be catching up with other bodices or trying to figure it out. So basically, we're done. Same thing. Pick it up, fold it. There. Now what we're gonna do is side seam and side seam underarm and your waistline at side seam gets connected straight. It's 1 inch. I'm starting from here just because it's just a little simpler right now. Then I'm just doing the straight lines. So basically, same thing with with the front and I mean the neck seam and the underarm. Done. Same thing with the underarm. You go out a 1/4 of an inch straight. And then what we're gonna do with a French curve is the same thing. We're gonna, like I said, sometimes you might have to use 2 different sections of the French curve. That's okay, as long as it makes sense. So, one second. There you go. I pick it up, and I just use the other side of my French curve. Sometimes that happens, like. It just needs to look neat though. It needs to look like a real fluid line. Now it does. Even though I picked it up like twice, it does. Now we're gonna take the French curve and making sure that our dart is facing the back, right? We're gonna true it. And same thing, we're gonna do 1/4 of an inch. You're gonna square it out. We're just gonna do it. And this is 1 inch. I mean 1/2 inch. And this is 1/2 inch too. I don't know why this mustard is fighting me today. Just remember, your armhole should not have, like when you're draping this and eliminating the excess, your armhole should not have such a big gap. And you're gonna notice what I mean. That's the other thing. So same thing with your neckline. We're gonna connect it. Remember, square off 1/4 of an inch and connect it. He's gonna cut it. I think I didn't have to muffin for a little thing, but it's okay. It happens. We're gonna cut this part. And we're almost done. We haven't drawn the dart yet, right? I think we can do a 5-inch length dart. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna open the dart. We're gonna find the middle of the dart, which we already did by the fabric, you can see it. And using this as a guidance because it's straight, correct? We're gonna draw the middle of the dart. And from the sew line, not from like the edge of the seam allowance, we're gonna measure. Actually, I think I can do, let's do 7 because it was a lot of fullness there. Let's do 7 inches, not 5. So I'm gonna write 7 inches here just in case. We're gonna draw it and draw it. Pin it. Actually, some of you might not need to do 7 inches. Some of you might need to do less than that because your dress forms are smaller. Mine's in between. Depends on how you rotate the axis of the armhole. Okay, guys? Anything more than 7 inches, it will look really weird. Because also you're not trying to make this the darts unattractive. That's the other thing too. You're trying to make this look attractive too. So you have to think of it, the longer the dart on a person, is it gonna look bad on her?
Thank you.
It doesn't make sense to have the dart to be that long. I get it if you guys are trying to do like a styling, like changing like the dart positions because it might look better, or you don't want it to, like maybe the fabric might show every little pucker, right? So you don't want it to make it, sometimes like your shoulder seams might be a little bigger. That's because your shoulder seam on the back becomes a bias and the front is still in a straight grain. So it's gonna be a little bit wiggling. Okay, so that when that happens, you pick it up and you make it curve. You notice how that disappears now? Look, there's a lot of gap here, right? You pick it up and you fold it into a curve. Ta-da, it fits. And that's how you do it. That's how you pin it. It's because shoulder seams tend to grow. That's why there's tape on your shoulder seam in your garments, because you're doing bias with bias. And then we're just gonna follow what I did here, which is the blue line. I can't believe I made that mistake, but it happens. It's okay. So this bag is for everyone's. It's everybody. It's all the styles. The only thing that I need you to choose is which dart you want to do. Either the full dart, the French dart, the French dart, or the bust dart. Okay. Today's basically showing you how to pivot X's. Okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna show you really quick. Ta-da! You see that? That's it. That's the end of the